Good morning, everybody. My name is Sydney Richard, and I live in Vancouver, BC, Canada, and I have been dying to make a YouTube channel for quite some time now. I would say it's probably been like 8 years, but I just absolutely love YouTube content and looking at crafting and art and all the things that I'm interested in. And I really thought that this was something that I really wanted to do, but obviously motherhood is not always the easiest thing, and it's challenged me over the last few years, to be honest. So now I have a little bit more breathing room, and I just would love to share all of the things that I love to do. I live in a very small home in Vancouver, BC, like I said, and I love all things crafting, knitting, art, and decorating, and thrifting, and lifestyle, and motherhood, and cooking, and baking, and all the things. So I thought that this channel would be a great place for me to share my life and all of the things that we love to do living here. Right now we're in the middle of spring. It just seems to be starting up. Lilacs are just dying out my window here, and things are going to start ramping up for me in the garden, and I thought it'd be the perfect time to just share now, because the light is beautiful. Canada can be very dark, and it would be a good start to the channel to sort of have me in the garden and feeling more alive. You definitely feel more alive in spring in Canada. It can be kind of dark. I do love the winter time, and I do love fall, but you get energy. You get energy in spring, and you can't deny it. So this morning I am enjoying my coffee. I'm about to do the kids' run to school. I homeschool at the moment, and then they go to a forest school on about 4 days a week. So my son will be off to do a garbage pickup and at the beach. So that should be exciting for him, I'm sure, to pick up garbage at the beach. It's an honorable thing, but I'm sure they're gonna love it. Oh, there's my son now. 1 minute. I needed some water. So what we will do is I'll take you along today on a typical morning for myself. Like I said, we wake up, well, I didn't say it, but we wake up super early. We're up at like 6 a.m. and then I have my coffee, my 2 cups of coffee. This is my Emma Bridgewater mug. I collect these ones. Isn't it so sweet? Little birds. The fox. I just had a wonderful little chickadee come into my window. I have one of those window bird feeders, and he likes to come in the morning and at lunch and then in the evening. So I like to sit here and watch, have a tea. Okay, so having my coffee, I'm gonna go ahead and probably take you to work, because I restore antique furniture, antiques. So I'm gonna take you along with me to show you sort of like what I do. I'm gonna be meeting a client there to sell a barley twist table that I restored. So I'm just gonna come take a look at that, and then I might do a little bit of work there, and yeah, so I'll take you along with me. It's a beautiful morning, a little bit gray outside, but I've got my cardigan on. I love this one. This is a hand knit cardigan. Actually, I didn't knit it myself, but this one is from Newfoundland, Canada. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna have to knit one. I have the Dagmar cardigan or Dagmar jacket from Petite Knit that I have had on hold for probably a year. I've started it, but haven't continued to knit it, but it's similar. I don't think it has cables though. I think it's like more of a moss stitch mosaic, but this is so pretty, isn't it? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna drop them off at Ambleside Beach today, which is a beautiful beach in West Vancouver, BC, and then I'm gonna get to work. I've rambled on enough, I think, for almost 2 minutes of an intro, but I'm so happy that you guys are here, and I'm really excited to share all the things. I'm excited. Did I say that enough? But yeah, let's get going. There's some turtles, yeah. It's pretty.
So if I went digging enough, I would find a turtle nest?
Maybe. Nice day, hey, for school? Lionsgate Bridge over there. Oh, no, it's broken. Can you guys find some shells? Oh, Claire, your bare feet. Oh, no. Little crabby. To have my cardigan. It's a bit of a brisk morning, isn't it? My woolly socks.
I thought the
Perfect spot.
raccoons.
So we have arrived at my workshop where I restore classic antiques, and yeah, so I'm going to be working here for a few hours before lunch. I'm going to be meeting a client here to look at this antique barley twist table, which is so beautiful, and hopefully she'll be buying that today. And then I'm going to be working on a sideboard and another little table, little pine table, but I'll show you guys some behind the scenes of me restoring these antiques. And yeah, that'll be my morning, is just a little bit of work. Then we'll go home, have some lunch, and yeah, we'll pick up the kids later this afternoon. But I do have a lot of housework to get done. As always, we always have housework to do as mothers, so I'm gonna get a little bit of that done, tackle some job. Here is my little workshop. I'm sitting in my car, obviously, but I'll show you a better close-up. But I work down in this lower area. Right now we have our hutch, a sideboard, some tables. It looks crazy, doesn't it? It just looks, there's my staging area where I shoot my content. It looks a little bit disheveled, obviously. I mean, it's a workshop. I do share the space with my father's crew workers, so it's not all mine, but I do have a lot of the lower floor here. And yeah, so this is where I work, and I'll show you sort of me working a little bit. Quick little story. It's a little bit interesting how I got into doing this line of work. I was making my own cottage restored antiques for my old home, and when I would sell them, I would have people asking me if they could do the same thing for them, and I was like, sure, I will, I'll do it for you. And it sort of just spiraled into me really enjoying the work, really enjoying the creativity of it and the finished product. I really enjoyed seeing it, and so it just kind of spiraled into me doing this this job. I do it part-time, moving into full-time next year, but it's lovely. It's really lovely because I get to be with my children during the week, do all the drop-offs, be with them after school, and I get to do this fun job, which is, yeah, just restoring these beautiful old pieces. Because honestly, you could go to IKEA and find yourself a little particle wood piece of furniture, but these antiques just last you forever. They're heirlooms, and my clients really appreciate them, and I really appreciate the craft that goes into these pieces. And yeah, I just really love this job. And if you want to give my business a follow, it's Pine and Valley Home on Instagram, and I'm looking forward to kind of sharing more about how I do these restorations and moving my business into a bigger sort of thing. I'd love to grow my business and see what's on the horizon for Pine and Valley Home. But yeah, so I'm going to continue on. I'll show you guys the waxing process in a minute. This piece, the client really wants to keep it light. It has some beautiful age and wear to it, but she wants to kind of keep all these nicks and stains and keep the original patina and character of this table intact. So I've just done an overall light sand, and then we're going to go in with our finish, which is, I think with this one I'm just going to be doing a wax. So there's a little hair there. I'm just going to show you how I do that, and then we'll see the finished look. Little table, I'm going to be using a white wax, a waxing brush, and we're going to go to town. We're going to wax it up, and gonna look so good. I'll show you the before and I'll show you the after. Waxing. At first it's gonna look a little bit crazy, okay? It's gonna look a little bit pink because it is slightly wet. The wood's gonna take it on, it's gonna harden, and then it's gonna harden to this like beautiful finish. Next up, we're gonna be working on the East Lake. This one's from the 1800s. I have done a strip, and now I've just sanded it up, and then we're gonna do our finishing touches on it. A little bit of a mishap happen. This piece of the ornate wood carving just flopped off while I was waxing, so I've had to use some good old trusty wood glue and get it back on there. So I'm just gonna wipe the excess that's blued out, and hopefully that will be enough to stay secure, but you gotta trust the process. We're officially back home. Sorry I never showed you the end of that dresser. I had to rush because my mom had my daughter and she's dropping her off. So I'm in the garden. We have reached the point in the season where things start getting out of hand quite quickly. A lot of weeding to do that I've kind of slacked on for the last couple days. Oh, the lilacs look, I don't know if you can see them. Starting to die. I loved them for so long, and by so long I mean 2 weeks. I loved them. I had a vase full of them every couple days. So I'm gonna head out into the garden, do a little weeding, and plant out some of my tomatoes and see how much damage the squirrels have done, because they're digging up my garden beds already and I'm not happy about it. So I have these, one second, I'll show you. These two garden beds, 1, 2. Starting out, I have one tomato plant planted. We have some snapdragons in the corner, a couple nasturtiums, some chives. I've got these tomatoes to plant out and deal with. I have a couple shelling peas in there. I have a cucumber, which is obviously dying. I don't think it's gonna make it. Yeah, a couple more shelling peas, some bush beans, another bush bean plant, nasturtiums. Yeah, we didn't do a ton of variety this year, but there's a lot of work to do. I have to mow the lawn, pick up some weeds, and all that stuff. Big pot here. Decided, oh, look at this. There's a little chive growing inside the tomato. Isn't that cute? Bye-bye. I'm gonna place this cherry tomato in this big pot right there. What is it? A reindeer? Nice. Cherry tomato. As far as I know, you're supposed to lay them down in a trough, loosen their roots a little bit. Okay, let's dig a trough. I could be doing this completely wrong, but this is just what I've been told. Okay, then position them like so, bend them, and plant them that way. That's what I'm gonna try this year. Nasturtiums, so pretty. Oh, the leaves. The trailing, beautiful leaves. I can't wait to see them in full bloom. Oh, this one might need to, that one needs to go, I think. Let's just get rid of that one. Oh, such a pretty day today.
Yeah.
Look at the sun coming out, Claire. Yay. I'm gonna sow some spinach seeds. Now, I'm having a problem with the squirrels. Can you see them? Can you see them? You are digging up my bean seeds. Yes, you are. Look at that little guy.
He's not even trying to hide. He's just coming in thinking, "Oh, what are you doing here? You need to go. You need to go." Oh, look at that little face. Hey, you're doing it in front of me? Look, Claire. He's not even, okay, that's it. You, get out of here. Get out of here, you. Look at you. Guilty. Guilty.
Oh, Frankie. You're not doing it.
So guilty. Trying to assess whether this fig tree is actually going to produce figs this year. Can you see? I think it might actually do it. Claire, we might actually have figs this year. I gave it a nice prune at the beginning of spring. Oh, look here. There's more figs. Oh. Yay. We might have some figs this year. We also have a cherry tree here, which, Claire, look, the cherries too this year. Yay. Very excited about this. This is my weed puller. Must be from the 1800s, honestly. It's the best thing I've ever used. Look at this. You push it down and it rips all the weed out of your lawn. It's just genius. So my phone had died, so you did not see me go into the yard and use the blower on the full outside of the yard, the lawn, all the pathways and everything. It's just, there's too much ground to cover, so there's no way that I could sweep it. So the blower is the best way to get that job done. I did the full front doorway, entryway, and all of that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sit down and have a tea because I am dying for a tea before I have to leave and go pick up Levi at his school. So it's about 1:46 in the afternoon and I've done a lot. I feel very tired now because I did some work at the warehouse, which is quite physical. A lot of bending down, a lot of crouching, and my back. I don't have a good back, guys. I got in a car accident 15 years ago now, but it's catching up to me now at my age. So I'm gonna have a nice cup of tea and sit down, take a few minutes outside, and then we'll get in the car and go pick up Levi. And yeah, so I will show you. I think I'm gonna do just a classic breakfast tea. Just a classic breakfast tea because I need a little bit more caffeine. We all need our caffeine in the afternoon. I feel like I get quite a bit of a slump from 2 to 5, and then after 5 o'clock I'm like wired again. So I didn't get much done in the home. We're just gonna wait for the kettle to boil. I didn't get much done in the home, but yeah, I got a lot on the outside of the house. I gotta feed the rabbits. What else? That's pretty much it. So I am going to have that cup of tea, sit down, maybe do a few minutes of knitting. I don't know if I have the capacity because Claire is currently watching a little show. So I can have a cup of tea and yeah, then we gotta get in the car. Really busy day. Well, not busy because I didn't have to do many errands, but it feels busy, doesn't it? I am sitting on my bed right now. I have my work in progress here in my little basket. This one is a bit of a heartbreaker, or should I say trauma knit. I had attempted to knit this sweater and actually got quite far on it. In fact, I had done the entire yoke and I had knitted the entire body down to the ribbing. And I don't know how many times I've done this, but I will knit a size. I don't do a gauge swatch, which, you guys, I am a new knitter. I am not
experienced, okay? So I pick a size and sometimes I just go with it and I don't swatch, only because my swatches are always off. They're always off. I'm a very anxious person. I knit quite tight and yeah. So there were two problems that happened. One, I realized that I had dropped a needle size. The needle required for the work is a 9 and the neckline is a 6. For the ribbing on the neckline is a 6, US 6. And what I had done was I didn't have a long enough loop in the large size of the Chiagu needle. So I didn't have that. So I said, hey, why don't I just do a US 8? Go down a needle size. Don't ask me why I thought that was a good idea. I should have just ordered the cable, the large cable, and just waited. But I didn't. I went up a size in the sizing, I went down a needle size, and all hell broke loose when I got down to the body. So it fit wonderful, like I said. Neckline fit great, yoke fit great. I went straight into the body and just flew. I just flew all the way down to the ribbing at the hemline. And when I tried it on, you guys, it was so tight. It was dreadful. It was so tight and dreadful and awful that I thought I was gonna cry, because it took me 2.5 weeks to knit that far. So needless to say, I learned a very good lesson. A very good lesson. Don't cheat. Don't think you can just do a pattern with whatever needles. Don't be risky, because it will end up in heartbreak. And it took me a month to come back to it. And I did enjoy knitting it. The pattern is wonderful. It's very fast paced. There's always something new. You're just devouring the pattern. The pattern is great. I will link it below because I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. But it is knitted in this Plotulopi, which is, it's very rustic. I'm sure you guys know that. It's very rustic, but I am fine with rustic yarns. It doesn't make me itch. I can wear a ton of different rustic clothing, not necessarily to skin, but if it's showing on a collar, I'm fine with that. So it's been about a month since so what happened was, when I realized it was too small, I tried to unravel it. And if you've worked with this yarn, you know that it just rips. It tears, it rips, it's so fragile. So I'm trying to unravel it, ripping. And I thought what I could do was cut right below where it was fitting. So right below the yoke, and I tried to pick each stitch out, and that ended in disaster. And I realized at that point that there's no way I'm gonna save this sweater. I need to start all over again. And it was not cheap. The yarn was not cheap, but it was ruined. It was completely ruined by me and my hands, and I just felt terrible. It took me a few weeks to kind of digest that one. So to say I was traumatized is an understatement, but now I'm feeling good. I'm flying on it. I've done the neckline. I've done the first textured section, and I'm gonna continue to knit a little bit. I'm gonna bring it in the car as well while I'm waiting to pick up Levi, and yeah, enjoy my tea and my afternoon. And let this be a lesson to you guys not to do what I did and don't wing knitting. You should know this, Sydney. I should know that, not to wing it and to really plan it out. But I love a thrill. I love a thrill. Right, hop in. Let's go. We are off. Let's go into the car. Oh, it's bright out. It's a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be overdressed here. Hey Claire, are you ready to go get Levi? Yeah? Oh, it's 100 degrees. It's 100 degrees in the car, Claire. Oh, okay, let's start the car. We will buckle up. Buckle up.
Roll down the windows. Oh my word, it's hot. Crack that sunroof too. All right, off to the beach we go. We're gonna go get Levi from his beach cleanup day. Ugh. All right, we'll see you in a bit when we park. Is that yummy?
Yeah.
So good?
Yeah.
What flavor?
Chocolate.
Chocolate? I just got home and I feel like a chicken with my head cut off because I did not prepare dinner, and when I don't prepare dinner, I just end up all frazzled and don't know what to do. I mean, I always end up eating something crappy. So we're gonna eat something crappy because I didn't prepare ahead of time, and yeah. So we're gonna have, I think, frozen pizza, make it easy on myself, and do the dishes, do a little bit of inside cleaning because I did not get to do any of that today. So I'm gonna crack on with the dishes, load the dishwasher, put the pizza in the oven, and then we're gonna eat dinner, bath time, bedtime, and then it's me time. It's me time, which is the best time. It's the best time. I wanted to show you guys this incredible Facebook Marketplace find. Oh, look at this beautiful stool. It's a footstool. I'm obsessed with it. I cleaned it up. I used my little green machine on the fabric just to spruce it up, get all the dirt out of there because this looks ancient. And I think it just looks so good. So good with my little chair. There we go. A little ambiance for the evening. Lilacs did not make it 3 days. I did see a trick on how to preserve these a little bit better by slamming the roots, or the stems, sorry, with a brick until they splinter, and then they last longer. But I think this is gonna be my last bouquet because they are dying. They are not gonna make it another few days. I think they're going very pale, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to switch up the lilac centerpiece. Oh, I'm gonna be so sad to see these go. And but doing its job. Good boy. I am all tucked into my bed, ready to knit. I just did my hair, did a fresh shampoo and some color because the grays are coming in hot. I have to do this every 2.5 weeks. Every 2.5 weeks because the gray is just, it's too much. On to the knitting. Again, this is the knitting I'm working on. It is called the Wild Posy Flora jumper. The Wild Posy, yeah, Flora jumper. So I'm gonna work on that, have a cup of tea, put the kids to bed, and then that's it. That's it for the night. And I will see you guys in the morning. Bye. Is this not the sweetest little notions case you ever did see? Oh, it is by Firefly Notes. Yes, I paid $23 for this in Canada because it was worth every penny. Every penny. I cherish this little case. I love it so much. So sweet. All right, let's go.